In late 2022, amid the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia, President Vladimir Putin disclosed his armed forces had developed a powerful laser weapon that could blind hostile satellites in orbit and inflict thermal destruction on any drone from hundreds of miles away. This development has significant implications for global security, potentially altering the dynamics of warfare and space exploration. The secret laser weapon system is called Peresvet. Prime Minister Yuri Borisov has already stated that he has witnessed a test where the laser burned up a drone over 5 kilometers away in 5 seconds. He claimed that Peresvet could blind all sorts of hostile satellite reconnaissance systems in orbits up to 1,500 kilometers away, disabling them during flight due to powerful and accurate laser radiation. During the press conference, the Prime Minister also announced the system is being mass-produced for use with the military in the ongoing conflict, but no evidence of its use has been found so far. Analysts have speculated the announcement was meant as a threat to Starlink, which has been providing Ukrainian troops with internet access and other services. Before the conference ended, Borisov said the military was already developing success with this new laser device. He stated, quote, "This is primarily a laser weapon, an electromagnetic wideband weapon that will replace conventional weapons in the next decade." Russia's latest innovation was named after Russian Orthodox monk Alexander Peresvet, who defeated Tatar champion Temir Murza during a duel in 1380. Russia's development of the laser dates back to the early 2010s when it began countering reconnaissance satellites and enhancing strategic defense capabilities before Peresvet's introduction to the Russian armed forces in 2018. As of 2024, Peresvet remains a pivotal component of Russia's defense strategy, strategically deployed to safeguard crucial areas, including missile divisions, from prying foreign eyes. Its strategic importance cannot be overstated, as it significantly enhances Russia's defensive capabilities. As stated before, the Peresvet system is designed to protect strategically important areas and assets, including missile divisions, from enemy optical electronic reconnaissance satellites. Leaked data suggests it can neutralize enemy reconnaissance satellites at altitudes ranging from 200 to 1,500 kilometers, with a coverage diameter of 130 to 180 kilometers. The trailer-mounted system first identifies enemy optical electronic reconnaissance satellites within its operational range. Once a satellite is detected, Peresvet locks onto it using advanced tracking systems and emits a powerful laser beam directed at the target. This laser can blind the satellite's sensors or damage its optical components, rendering it ineffective. This capability protects Russia's missile divisions and other critical infrastructure from enemy surveillance, enhancing its overall strategic defense, especially during wartime, where gathering intelligence is essential to achieving victory. Russia has also been testing another top-secret stationary weapon since hostilities increased with Western Europe in early 2022. According to numerous European airlines, their flights have reportedly been experiencing flight jamming incidents near Eastern Europe. Intelligence analysts and some unusual public sightings of Russian antennas in the region have led to suspicions of a new electronic warfare system being tested by the Russian military. For instance, ex-user and war studies alumni Eric Kaneki took to the web to state the recent wave of GPS jamming is to blame on the secretive Russian electronic warfare complex Tobol, based at Kaliningrad. Kaneki also went further, noting over 10 locations scattered around Russia where these sophisticated systems continuously disrupt foreign aircraft. The electronic warfare complex at Tobol is significantly disrupting signals on NATO's eastern flank. Nearly 4,000 British holiday flights have experienced radar jamming, causing GPS malfunctions. These attacks pose significant risks to civilian aircraft and could potentially endanger lives. The potential danger of Tobol is clear, and it underscores the urgent need for a solution. However, from Russia's perspective, the situation is unavoidable, as the country is at war, and Tobol has been designed to protect Russian military bases from hostile satellite-guided missiles and precision-guided munitions. The Tobol satellite dish is located in a Russian base between Poland and Lithuania and works by interfering with aircraft wireless communications, using fake signals to mislead pilots. Estonian Defense Forces Commander Martin Herem has already confirmed the existence of Tobol and its jamming capabilities. Still, it has not commented on how partner nations plan to counter this Russian asset. During an interview with The Telegraph, Herem said, quote, "What we have seen is a malfunctioning GPS for ships and air traffic, and we do not know if Russia want to achieve something or just practice and test their equipment. Definitely nobody should behave like this, especially when you're at war with a neighboring country. Although Tobol cannot stop missiles from detonating, it can sabotage satellite signals, rendering any missiles or other devices blind, thus preventing them from reaching their target. NATO specialists have pointed out that Tobol transmits signals on the same frequency the satellite employs from jet aircraft or ships, disrupting their connectivity and scrambling incoming signals. The British military has stated that Estonia, Latvia, and Poland are the countries that have experienced the most problems with Russia's continuous jamming. UK defense officials have also reported that several Royal Air Force aircraft have experienced jamming levels over Eastern Europe and even close to its base in Akrotiri, Cyprus. It is not clear yet if Russia will continue jamming devices while the war in Ukraine continues or if NATO will approach it to reach a formal agreement. The need for a formal agreement with Russia is crucial, and it highlights the importance of diplomatic solutions in resolving these issues. For the time being, Tobol, one of Russia's top-secret jamming devices, will continue jamming thousands of aircraft and ships close to the Russian fatherland. Delving deeper into the latest Russian secret weapons leaked recently, it seems they are in the latter stages of developing a powerful nuclear-powered electronic warfare satellite. During a February 2024 briefing, House Intelligence Committee Chair Mike Turner voiced his concerns about a severe national security threat about Russia's ongoing militarization of space with this one-of-a-kind electronic warfare satellite. Turner was clear to mention that placing weapons in outer space is a clear violation of the 1967 Outer Space Treaty signed by both the United States and the former Soviet Union. The comments made by the House Intelligence led the population to believe Russia was about to unleash nuclear havoc from space, leading the White House to clarify that Russia is pursuing an anti-satellite weapon that cannot cause physical destruction on Earth. Nonetheless, that was not enough to calm down the top brass of the armed forces. A reusable anti-satellite weapon is far more effective and devastating than a one-time-use nuclear explosion device. The reason is simple. Like any other central government and military force, the United States relies heavily on space-based systems, especially GPS, making it highly vulnerable to electronic warfare attacks, affecting military command and control, intelligence gathering, and missile guidance systems. A military force without communication is not an army, but a disorganized force that operates without cohesion. The potential consequences of Russia developing nuclear-powered electronic warfare would also interfere with the functioning of other satellites, including those used for communication, navigation, and surveillance, impacting both civilian and military operations, just like Tobol and its antennas scattered around Eastern Europe. The Russian EW satellite would also have an economic impact, disrupting aviation, shipping, and financial services worldwide. A 2019 article by Bart Hendricks published in Space Review titled Equipage, Russia's top-secret nuclear-powered satellite, revealed the first details of the EW weapon. According to Hendricks, Russia has pursued this goal since the early 2010s to have its EW satellite operational by 2025. If successful, Russia can disrupt the operation of one or several satellites temporarily or permanently. Due to the nature of this secret anti-warfare satellite that causes no casualties, it is hard for the US and NATO allies to make a statement against Russia, which has not gone to the extent of blatantly blocking military assets. In any case, this development could lead to an arms race in space, with other nations developing similar or counter technologies, increasing the risk of conflicts extending into space. Besides global stability, Russia's introduction of advanced EW to counter the high-technology weapons of the West has revealed a gap in the US and its NATO allies, their dependence on space satellites for military operations. However, other secret Russian weapons are hitting a little closer to home. Russia's ongoing secret military projects and experiments are not limited to electronic warfare only. Recently, the United States disclosed that a mysterious illness that has affected its diplomats may be linked to Russia. The illness, which has affected several individuals, is suspected to be a result of exposure to a new type of weapon developed by a Russian intelligence unit. This revelation raises concerns about using unconventional weapons in modern warfare. The illness, which has affected over 1,000 American personnel across the globe, has been diagnosed as the Havana syndrome and includes symptoms like dizziness, headaches, and painful ear sounds possibly linked to Russian sonic weaponry. A joint investigation between the US and its allies suggests the Russian military intelligence unit 29155 may have explicitly targeted US diplomats with directed energy weapons. Nonetheless, Russia had denied the accusations in its recent assessment of anomalous health incidents, or AHIs. The illness was named after the first location where the case was first detected in the capital of Cuba in 2016. Since then, diplomats stationed around the globe have reported the same symptoms, including those based in China, Lithuania, Germany, and other countries. Besides diplomats, CIA and FBI personnel have also become part of the cadre of Americans with the same side effects. While some suspect Russian intelligence unit 29155 may be behind these side effects, MRI scans conducted by the National Institutes of Health failed to detect evidence of brain injuries from the alleged Russian energy or microwave devices. Still, it is curious to note that according to joint investigations, secretive Unit 29155 has been present in many of the cities where the incidents have occurred. For instance, the secret unit was linked to the attempted poisoning of Sergei Skripal, a former Russian spy in the United Kingdom in 2018. All this evidence is reinforced by a report that states one member of Unit 29155 was rewarded for his work on introducing several non-lethal acoustic weapons. One of the victims, an FBI agent, told several news outlets her experience with the strange illness. She was abruptly struck by a powerful force in her right ear, taking her to the ground and leading her to pass out. She described the feeling as a dentist drilling into her right ear. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov has taken it to the media, stating, quote, "No one has ever published or expressed any convincing evidence of these unfounded accusations anywhere. So, all of those are nothing more than unfounded accusations." US officials continue to investigate the Havana syndrome, but maintain that it is unlikely that a foreign adversary will be responsible. Still, Russian involvement remains a compelling possibility.